Good morning, everybody. We are live.
Aren't we always live?
We're live, and it's not raining, and we are still in Carlinville. It's going to be a great day.
So we're always...
All right, everybody. I'm a little hoarse.
I'm feeling rough this morning.
So it's a late night partying with a bunch of credentialed pastors.
I'll tell you what, like, my body is not made for midnight anymore. It is like,
and then little humid out, but then an air conditioner over our head all night long.
Humid
outside, and then
air conditioner. Yep.
Like,
so we sound like we've been living in a bubble because the air conditioner's been on us all night. But yeah, so I have discovered that if I'm going to stay up till midnight, I need a gallon of coffee at about 4 p.m.
And right now we've had no coffee.
Yep.
None, zero.
So I need a strong espresso, probably with an extra shot this morning, because I somehow I can get 6 hours of sleep at home and feel fine, but I think I go to bed between 10:30 and 11.
Are you gonna have coffee over at the dining? Because there's none of your specialty stuff.
No, probably not. I can't do that.
Oh, yeah. No. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Yep.
Chuck. Good morning, and Kendra. Good morning, Kendra.
Hey, where's the fourplex? Stop.
She doesn't like me moving this.
Travis.
Stop.
I'm trying really hard to be
Is
polite.
Tim on? Tim, you're supposed to be out here, by the way.
I'm trying to be really polite. Quit moving it.
Is Tim Sutherland? Tim.
Tell him that it gets us all sick. Okay.
Missionary Tim, calling Missionary Tim.
Come out.
This is your 6:45 wake up call. You said you'd come out here with us.
We want to hear some stories because I'm sure you've got some great stories. Okay, so you were going on, Kendra. We couldn't find the fourplex. I took a walk around the lake yesterday. Didn't see it. Anyway, so good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Melinda. This is kind of usually what you do.
No, I'm letting you go.
Oh, well, I'll click. You say it.
No, I have to click and talk.
Why?
Control freak. Lisa, good morning.
You can't, can I click?
No.
There goes Evan again.
Evan! I don't think you can see him running.
Okay.
Sorry. Evan's jogging and we're sitting again.
Quit moving the screen.
Oh my golly.
Seriously
is right.
I'm trying to.
Good morning, everybody. Someone said the morning birds are out.
Hey, Kristen. Good morning. Down from down south. I think she lives in Alabama, if I'm remembering right. So
yeah.
On Cottonwood Lane. I'll have to go track that one down. So Winning Wednesday. Brian, it is Winning Wednesday. We don't have our Winning Wednesday.
What's the cage behind you? She won't let me turn it. But all that is it's not a cage.
Oh, it's stairwell.
These are the stairwells.
Yep.
So Winning Wednesday from Carlinville.
Yep.
We probably won't buy anything in Carlinville. It's on.
Oh, not because
it's along in the dining hall.
There's not a whole lot that is.
Bugs are out again.
All right. So what do you have for us today for Winning Wednesday?
Well, I was going to talk to Tim Sutherland. Where's he at, Tim?
Okay.
He's in bed. Last night was ordination service. That's when pastors all over the state get their credentials and advance their credentials. So Pastor Samantha was recognized for being licensed. Actually, she was licensed last year.
But COVID,
and we didn't have these big services last year. And then Jen Bettinger, Pastor Jen, ordained the highest credentialing you can receive with our
super
church.
cool.
So,
and I know that almost makes it sound like just moving up the ranks, but it's not. It's a real spiritual. It's a really heavy, not heavy and bad, but just an incredible service of God's presence, and really kind of a very monumental moment in their lives. So really, really awesome. So I was glad our boys came down and were a part of that, which is really cool because I don't think they've been a part of that too often. And so it was really neat for them to be down here. So, yep.
Very good.
Anyway.
Let's see. You've been with us all day. Did you have lunch with us yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
Are you tired of me?
No. I was actually going to talk about camp food.
Oh, let's talk about camp food.
Sometimes the food here is just stellar, and then sometimes it's camp. I'm not going to complain.
I would say that our boys have certain camp food that is their favorite. They have favorite camp food, and then they have some camp foods, and this would be probably across every camp experience. Then they have other camp food that you're just don't. Just so you don't, on those days, you just go
I think they really, really, really improved them.
Yeah.
So
when I was when I was a kid, going to camp, it was really not good.
34 years ago.
Did you have to point that out? That was that's not sweet.
For my friends who work here, I just want them to know it wasn't when you were on staff here.
So you're more concerned about helping our friends who are not up this morning watching the brew that work here. You don't even know if anybody watches.
I just don't want you to complain about camp food when you're a kid. I just want everyone to know it's 34 years. Anyway, go ahead. What about it?
And instead, he's willing to tell everybody how old I am. So,
40.
And no, I'm not.
I was being kind.
Anyway, 38. So like camp food years ago was not pretty at all. And I had one of my worst camp experiences when I got stuck on a canoe with somebody that could not steer. And we were having a canoe race, and you're supposed to go out and go around the little like
Is it Jeremy West?
Well,
Jeremy, that's my favorite camp story ever.
We were ahead. We were team captains, and
you switched stories.
We were team we were team captains, and we had a stellar team, and we were ahead in all the competitions. And Jeremy West, you are gifted.
Senior in high school, very athletic. And he was like, put me at the end.
Because he was a clutch guy. He had been a clutch guy all the way long.
He won us the basketball tournament. Yep. He won us so many things this week. So
he did not win us the canoe race.
Put me in at the back of the canoe. Or back of the canoe line.
Jeremy, we absolutely love you. This is one of my favorite stories.
We had to be 3 legs ahead of everyone, like 2 laps ahead. Like we were smoking it. Jeremy gets in. He can't make that canoe's doing figure 8s, man. His canoe's going nowhere, and we lose because he's out there.
That being said, canoes are hard to steer if you don't know how to steer them.
Yeah.
Come here.
There he is.
We couldn't talk.
I dried the seat off for you.
Couldn't talk him into coming. Anyway, so that was a very favorite. I actually had an experience though where I got stuck out there and couldn't figure out how to get back because doing a canoe in a straight line in a lake. It was very embarrassing. It was really, really embarrassing.
Oh man!
Like Jeremy's was funny in retrospect. Like at that time we were frustrated, but like mine was like horrifying because I was stuck in the middle of the lake.
So I was my first year doing this as a counselor, and we had megaphones to yell at our teams because
bad idea.
Our teams would be
look at what having live stream has done for him.
Our teams would have 100 students on it, so we had to have a megaphone yell because there's 1,000 kids at camp, so we're like yelling at for these competitions.
He would yell at everything.
And one of the people on my team was Pastor Phil Schneider's son. Phil.
We're sorry.
Phil Jr., if you're watching. I may tag you in this. And at that particular summer, we had the mud pit. The mud pit was by the lake, and it was disgusting. It was this big pit of mud.
Should we?
No, we're getting like dead squirrels and stuff. It was gross.
This is one of the moments that I'm not so sure I shouldn't help filter him.
Why?
Because I don't remember the outcome of the story.
Well,
okay, go ahead.
No, Phil was our biggest guy on the team, and we're mud wrestling. So it was like king in the mud pit. You're just trying to throw people out of the mud pit or down. That's all you had to do. And little Phil, who was a big Phil, but he was Phil Jr., would not get in the mud pit. Probably because he lived around here and he knew what was in it, but he would not get in the mud pit. So I'm 5 feet away from him with my megaphone going.
This is the part I don't know if you should.
Take off your dress and get in the mud pit. You take off that dress and get in the mud pit. You get in the mud pit and win us this game.
He has refined his pastoral skills since then because he had.
I don't think at the time I knew like who his dad was, and they're like,
he probably wouldn't have credentialed you
because at the time he wasn't the superintendent at the time, but he was the dean of the camp. So he's like, that's the dean's son.
Yeah. So
you get in that mud pit. I was screaming at him in a megaphone. I don't know if he remembers that, but it's hysterical.
Well, he probably does. He's probably scarred for life. So anyway, after that, Travis and I had a conversation about how to deposit in kids' lives and how to be uplifting encourager. Sometimes he gets competitive, and you have to take away the megaphone. So
hey, good morning, Mark Cartwright. Mark was here last night. He drove over, brought our boys. Thank you to be a part of the services last night.
Sergeant Spencer. Yes, you were Sergeant Spencer with a megaphone.
Yes.
And you did not deserve to be.
We won. But he didn't get in. He never did get in.
Well, he was probably that's nasty.
No, he knew it was in there. No one.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know if any attorneys are watching or anything. We should have never been in that mud pit as a kids.
You can't. Can you do that like 35 years later?
I don't know.
No,
it was gross.
Okay.
Gross.
All right. So, what do you have to share for us this morning?
Is it time?
I think it is.
Is it time to talk? So last like yesterday, several times there was a verse that kept coming up as pastor. So today's kind of like I'm going to share a verse that as a pastor, but this is for everybody. I'm kind of
you're rambling.
I'm just going to read it. It was addressed to us as pastors, but now I'm passing it down to just Christians, followers of Jesus, and Paul, it's written in 2 Timothy 4:2. Let me just read it for you. It says, "Preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season, correct, rebuke, encourage with great patience and careful instruction." I think this is a message to all Christians because, one, we are supposed to preach the truth because our world is like what's real, what's right, what's true. Be prepared in season and out of season. You never know when that conversation is going to happen. You never know when you're going to come across someone that needs to know the truth. And then there's this permission, especially to pastors, when they're teaching us, is for correction and to rebuke and to encourage. So that's like the whole gamut. I mean, all the way from being rebuked to be encouraged. That is like this side of the pendulum and this side of the pendulum and everything in between. And use God's word to help bring correction and rebuke, but also encouragement. And then with patience, which I
struggle with
patience and careful instruction. So you just handle things carefully and delicately, but with truth. I would think this is the exact opposite of what's taking place in Facebook usually on posts.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, some people are just like, they're just throwing darts and they're just so mean. And they even use Bible verses to be mean. They like find the mean Bible verses.
Jesus probably didn't mean for the Bible to be used as like pot shots.
Pot shots, yeah. Like drive-by. We call them drive-bys. Just like, and it's just like Bible verses. I'm going to throw a Bible verse at you and keep going because I found a Bible verse that makes you look bad.
So actually, it's intended to disciple our lives, which means that it's applicable to every aspect of our life at all the time, like all day, every moment, every situation. And that's why it says that it's useful for correcting and rebuking the areas of our life that are out of alignment, and then encouragement to continue and to be faithful in the areas that we're doing well. And so it's really applicable for every aspect of our life.
If you're going to use it for correction and to rebuke, you have to practice patience and careful instruction.
Yeah.
They have to happen at the same time.
Yeah.
But
you can remember that.
I have to remember that.
You remember that.
With my boys?
Yeah. Well, with all people, but yes, our boys. So anyway.
Hey, what are you having for breakfast today?
I don't know. I'm not a camp egg person.
You can have biscuits and gravy.
No. You know what? Okay, so can I recap one of my favorite points? I'm gonna go out on thin ice here. Of all the people that have spoken, which there have been some like home run like speakers in the last couple of days, but one of the speakers, and this was Pastor Gary Blanchard, he spoke about a donkey. One of my favorite points from what he spoke was, your history does not determine your destiny. And he talked about the donkey who Jesus used to ride into Jerusalem on that classic Palm Sunday. He talked about the fact that donkey had never been ridden. And this is straight out there just from me to you. And I have no idea what you need to hear this morning, but too often we think because we haven't done something before, or because our history is poor, that it will determine the outcome and the destiny. And he talked about the fact that donkey had never, ever, ever had exposure to a rider and had never, ever been used. And yet he was the one that carried Jesus into the city. And that, out of all the sermons I've heard this week, that is one of the most powerful things that stuck with me this week, because of the fact that we oftentimes will disqualify ourselves because of our history. And that is not what disqualifies us. A willing heart and obedience to God's call and to following God's word. So anyway, so there you have it. Well, I just thought I would share, because it was like, that's been something that has been resonating with me and rolling around in my head since. So, and I've heard a lot of messages. So Evan's tired.
Evan's been jogging. He's going to go take a nap.
So.
Breakfast in 20 minutes, Evan.
Camp eggs. You can have some eggs for protein.
Little
Those aren't eggs.
Little
Those
powder.
are powdered eggs.
Little powder.
All
right, everybody, we're going to take off. It is time for us to get going.
Yeah, Winning Wednesday. So share the brew. We'll have to get back to Mattoon and pick either, like, maybe we should do something that's a little bit more national so that
you can get something on the road. So the best thing to buy between here and Carlinville is McDonald's. It's the only thing.
There's nothing between here and Mattoon. Yeah,
there is nothing.
Or McDonald's or Taco Bell. Like, those are the two chains. Hey, we're going to do something that's national so that, like, it can go anywhere in the United States. Or I guess like overseas, but like anywhere in the United
Shannon's
States.
Watching. He's in Africa right now.
What do you have, Shannon, in Africa? And we can ship it to you. I've never mailed anything to Africa for Winning Wednesday. That would be fun.
We'll do it digitally. So. We'll email you a gift certificate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe we just need to.
Wes. Evan must not have his coffee yet. He's a grump.
I think he's tired. Like, he was up as late as us, and he was out running this morning. So, all right. Hey, have a great day.
It's Winning Wednesday, guys. Share the brew. We'll see you guys later. And next time we'll be back in Mattoon.
Yep. So, see you
That's
then.
what everybody here calls it. Oh, you're from Mattoon. All right. See you guys. Have a wonderful, incredible Winning Wednesday. And I'm stalling until I find the music button. Oh, I found it. Have a great day, guys. See ya.